Welcome back. We got a great guest for us today, and that is Alderperson Peni Keeling from District Number 8 for the City of Kenosha. Penny, nice to see you today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so let's hear about it. Maybe for those who don't know an alderperson, what is the role and responsibility of an alderperson?
Well, in my opinion, I think it is representing, assisting, and educating the citizens and business owners of Kenosha. A lot of times they don't know where to turn if they've got a concern or a question, and I think that's what we're here for, to direct them to the right place, get them an answer if we can, or just point them in the right direction.
I think that's great because, again, it's somebody has an issue with something, it's like at least there's someone to go to or at least ask, and then maybe you can channel it to the right departments in the city and go from there.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's not something the city has purview over. It might be the county.
Yeah.
And I learn sometimes with the citizens where exactly they need to turn.
Okay, and then you, in alderpersons of districts, they have to reside in that district as
Absolutely,
well.
yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so what made you decide to run for an alderperson?
Well, I have worked most of my life in customer service. I was a union rep, so I represented people. I was a supervisor, so I gave direction. And I always felt I followed through and was good at that. And when Chrysler shut down, as I'm a retiree from there, I thought about it then, but my house was in District 13. And one of my fellow board members at Local 72 was also in the district and wanted to run. And that was Kurt Wilson, who's currently the alderperson. And I decided I wasn't going to run against Kurt, and I told him when he was ready to give it up, then I'd give it a try. But then they redistricted. And now I am half a block out of 13, and I'm in 8, and decided it was a good time. So when I retired from the city after 10 years, I decided to give it a go.
It worked out. See, I thought for a moment you moved to a different district just to run for it, so that worked out really good.
Yes.
Well, that's great. Okay, so let's talk about your district itself. What area does it cover in the city?
Okay, basically, it's 30th Avenue to Pershing Boulevard, 80th Street to Northwestern Railroad tracks, which angle.
Right.
Now, there are a few blocks that jut east of 30th Avenue, and then there's a triangle west of Pershing, but that's a little bit harder to explain. So just basically 30th to Pershing, 80th to the railroad tracks.
So it's pretty good. You got a lot of residential and businesses in that district.
I do. There's a nice mix.
Great. Okay, so let's now for alderpersons, as we talked about, that they may call you or email you for issues that goes on in your district. Could you give us some examples or some general questions they may ask?
Oh, sure. Yeah, and it's calls, texts, emails. When I'm walking the dog in the neighborhood, they stop me, for those that know me. I would say the biggest issue is speeding and running of stop signs. And that's a terrible problem across the city, I'm sure across the state, and probably across the nation. So I will ask for extra patrol in certain areas, and the police will do a extra patrol assignment, and then follow up in the area on a random basis. The other big issue right now is the park lawn, more commonly Parkway, the area between the sidewalk and the street, and the restoration due to the sci-fi fiber optic. A lot of people have questions about that, concerns about that. So I've been sharing their phone number because they'll get a much quicker response if they call themselves than if they go through me. So that has been a concern, a big concern this summer.
That's what I've been hearing too from other districts, and also when they dig the holes, are they coming back to clean it up or restore it back to before they dug it up, I guess.
Exactly, and they are working on the restoration. In this district, they're mostly done. There are a few areas they may have missed, but a lot of people don't realize you've got to water the grass seed and pull up the straw mat after a short period of time once you see grass coming up. So I think that's important that they know that. You have to take care of it.
Right. Well, let's hear, what is the Common Council?
Okay, well, it's 17 alderpersons for the 17 districts and the mayor. And we vote on ordinances, both zoning and general, policies, exception requests, license and permits, appointments to other city committees and boards, pretty much anything that has to do with city business, the budget. That's huge, and that's coming up. We'll start that. The staff and administration are working on that now. It'll come to council in October, and we'll have final votes in November.
And that kind of transitions into committees and commissions. Now, all alderpersons have to serve on a committee or commission. Which ones do you serve on?
I'm on Public Works, Stormwater Utility, and the Board of Water Commissioners.
Okay, that's a big one, because what happened in Milwaukee, there's a lot of flooding, and so what goes on in those, what gets discussed, or what's?
Well, Public Works is streets and the waste division. And Stormwater Utility also falls under Public Works, but it's a separate board, separate meetings. And of course, they deal with this stormwater, the sewers, and whatnot. And the water utility is actually a separate entity, and not all of their issues go to Common Council. But I kind of I cheated and I put down the official thing here, but it's a municipally owned, fiscally independent public utility. So that's why it has its separate board, and not everything goes to Common Council.
Well, that's good. And it's what's kind of nice about these committees or commissions, that if everything was discussed at the Common Council, it would go to the wee hours of the night, where it's now you can iron out things that may need to go to council, may not, and then gets things resolved as well.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. A lot of the debate happens at the committee level. Not all of it,
Yeah.
but many times a lot of the issues can be ironed out there before it goes to council.
How many times do the committees meet roughly? Is it once a month, or?
The committees meet on the first and third Monday. I'm sorry, let me start over. Common Council is the first and third Mondays.
Okay.
Committees meet the second and fourth Mondays, so twice a month. If there's a fifth Monday, we've got a Monday night off.
Well, that's good, because it's sometimes some meetings when it's just one month, and you kind of things get lost in the shuffle, where it's like you got that second meeting to kind of iron things out. Yeah.
Well, exactly, and if something should come up in between, frequently there are special meetings scheduled, and as long as they're posted and public's notified more than 24 hours in advance, then we hold a special meeting.
So how many terms of an alderperson have you been so far?
This is my first term.
First term. Well, you surprised me. It's like you really have an understanding of how everything works, and that must be a rewarding thing, being as an alderperson. You must learn things along the way that you didn't, or maybe meet people in your district that you haven't met before.
Oh, absolutely. You're always learning. You never know everything. And I did work for the city for 10 years. So that helped me out. My last little over a year was in the mayor's office.
Oh, okay.
And 9 years was at the police department.
Great. Okay, moving on. So let's talk about your district. Let's say if someone lives on the north side or the west side and hasn't been to district number 8, what selling points can you want to offer that people come on down to District 8?
Well, I think it's a great family area, neighborhoods. We've got several neighborhoods in the area. It's made up of 4 wards. But like you said earlier, we've got a mix of residential and commercial. We've got a number of long-established businesses in this district. And I thought about naming them, but I'm afraid I'll miss somebody, so I don't want to do that. But we've got restaurants, almost any kind you want to go to. We've got the Southwest Library. The Kenosha Welcome Center just moved into the area. We've got churches, we've got schools. It's convenient to everywhere. We've got several parks.
Yeah.
So it's a great family neighborhood, great part of the city.
Now, also that you get calls from alderpersons. You explained that there's a lot of selling points here in District number 8. But what about for you? When you walk down District 8, is there anything that comes up saying, gee, I like this, have something improved here or added to the district or anything like that? Does that ever come up, or anything you want to share on that?
I would like to get some repairs done, improvements at Roosevelt Park. It was in the budget this year to get the splash pad up and running, but when they dug into it, some of the parts were obsolete and it needed more work than they thought was going to be required. So that's going to be a budget talking point this year, I believe, as well as the pickleball court, the tennis court, and the basketball court. I have talked with the director of parks, and we're going to see what we can do, but it's going to be a tight budget year, so no promises there. The other thing, this is a big city, yet small town atmosphere, but a lot of our roads and streets are in sad shape. I think the statistic is we have close to 900 miles of streets in the city of Kenosha when you go back and forth, and we can't get to all of them, but it's my attempt to get to the worst ones and at least get them on the schedule, and that could take years.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, because that's it's good to know that you're involved now in the budget process. So like you said, the city, the administration and staff prepares the budget. They go and bring it to committees in the council here, and if everything seems to be okay, then it gets approved.
Correct.
Okay. Well, this has just been flown on by. Very, I thought that just a lot of great information here in District 8, and I usually end it with the last question that I say to every alderperson: why should someone come and visit and live in Kenosha?
Well, I think this is a beautiful city. Yeah, I mean, location, location, location. We're on the shores of Lake Michigan, which is just beautiful. Got 4 seasons. There's things to do in every one of those seasons. Events held by different entities in town, church festivals in the summer. Like the mayor recently said, if you can't find something to do here, you're not looking.
That's true. Very true. Well, on that note, I want to thank Peni Keeling for coming down, alderperson of District number 8, a great district to be in, and come on down and visit. And Peni, thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.